habit that I would like to end this year is procrastination. And I would like to quote Edward Young. He says in one of his books, procrastination is the thief of time. For me, delaying doing something will take longer for you to do it later on. Procrastination is tantamount to death, as it may result to fatigue, lowered self-esteem, underperformance, missed opportunities, career setbacks, as well as mental exhaustion. How can we stop it? And this is the challenges that I'm setting up for myself as to how am I going to stop this habit. I need to get more organized. I need to eliminate distractions, prioritize. A simple thing like a to-do list can do. Take a break as well as hold myself accountable for everything. Thank you.
Greetings once again to fellow Toastmasters and guests. No man ever steps in a river twice, for it is not the same river, and he is not the same man. A great quote to incorporate into your speech, Mahlatse. But before I continue my evaluation, it's tantamount that I reiterate what evaluations Chad mentioned, that we evaluate the speech and not the speaker. So starting off with your speech, the choice of topic aligns so well with the meeting's theme. We were either growing or dying, and we're not working and if we're not working towards growing, we are automatically decaying. And obviously working towards growing means by building new habits. So it really ties quite well. Overall, well-structured speech. You told us the reality of life, and we are in a constant state of impermanence. You gave us relatable examples to that, and then you finished off by providing us with a takeaway that we need to embrace change. You excelled at exuding your confidence. I must say, like from your previous speeches that I've actually evaluated, you've really gone and grown quite well. You utilized your vocal variety quite well, and you really made an emphasis to gesture. And I liked how you also utilized visual tools like the leaves to symbolize the transition and the change. What you should work on is orientating your screen just a bit lower, because I could see your gestures with the tips of your hands, but I could not fully, you'd see the gestures. Or alternatively, you can just raise your hands higher or stand up. It's really up to you, but it's just far better just to provide us with gestures that are fully visual. And to challenge yourself is something that we all struggle with. I personally struggle with it as well. And it's trying to use less of reading and utilizing perhaps note cards, which can tie quite well with standing up, which is something I'm also trying to work on as well. But overall, well done, Mahlatse, on a well-structured speech, proper clarity, and looking forward to your second speech.
Change is the only thing that's constant in life. As soon as we accept this powerful code, we will be relieved of all the pain that we think life has to give us. Change affects us, and we each deal with change differently. Some of us cut our hair when we choose to make a major change in life, and this represents that we are putting past misdeeds behind us. And it's a sign of new beginnings, while some people embrace change without anything major. Change has brought me hope during challenging or unexpected times. The same thought has also brought fear in situations where the last thing I wanted was change. I've come to realize that it's not the circumstances or the changes that dictate how my life will go, but rather how I handle those changes and disruptions. No matter the change we experience, how we embrace the change will forever impact how we are able to live with the change. Change is not always a good thing. It may either force us out of tired habits and impose better ones upon us, but it can also be stressful, costly, and even destructive. I know this has been one of the biggest struggles since the beginning of the year. And usually when such huge changes happen in my life, I withdraw myself from everything and everyone that I know. And I have to continuously encourage myself to accept the new norm. Change can teach us to adapt and help us develop resilience, but only if we understand our own capacity for growth and learning. When change makes us better, it's only because we have learned how to turn a challenging situation to our advantage, not merely because change happens. Ready or not, it happens. We grow, we age. Technology reinvents each new day. Some relish change while others resist. In a way, we are going against our nature that requires a balance of all the things that make up the human body, mind, and spirit. A balance is achieved by stimulating every part equally. The truth is that no one knows what the future holds. Every single night, we lie down to sleep, not knowing if we are going to wake up the following morning. It's very scary, and honestly, it's a reasonable thought. We often take life for granted, even though we know it's fragile. We put too much time and attention on things that do not matter. But in the long run, not only that, but we actively resist change. One of the most famous assertions are, no man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man. This is to say that everything is constantly changing, even though it might look the same. The only reason for us being afraid of change is that we focus on what we have to give up instead of what we can gain. The second thing that came to my mind is a loss of control, which stems from perfectionism, which originates from the fear of making mistakes. However, change has an impact on all of us. No one can escape it. That's why it's best to embrace it. To embrace change means accepting life as it is. That's the best we can do. We don't choose the circumstances of our life, but we can choose how we react to them. Life changes often come uninvited. The only way we can be ready for them is by not being afraid and embracing them. As you can see behind me, there's a row of leaves. This shows that change is constant, and it can also bring out beauty. Roses start as rosebuds, but grow into beautiful roses. And we know what happens if flowers do not want to change. They will either die out or become ugly. So do we choose to become ugly, or do we want to grow into beautiful roses? Thank you.